Hola, good morning. My name is Maria Duran, the owner of Duran Concepts and also the host of the Football Takeover. Um, we're a show at the intersection of business, community, culture, and our favorite sport, football. So we are here recording live at the Innovation Studio in downtown Houston, thanks to the in-studio production by Creatopia Inc. So you guys, today is a great show, and I want to make sure that everybody is tuned in. So remember, you can leave your comments and questions in the live chat. So let me check on that right now. Um, so over the last couple of weeks, we have been when we first launched the football takeover, we it was World Cup here in Houston, well, here in the United States in North America, and one of the things that we wanted to make sure was really highlight the people that were a part of the biggest tournament in the world, right? And one of the things that just I would say something that we've heard from every single guest is their the genesis of their love for soccer, how they got involved, and and it's really interesting to go back and see how there was either a moment, there were people that really brought them into the sport when they were young, and so I thought, you know what, we need to go back to the roots of this, because at the end of the day, now that the World Cup is over, where do we go from here, right? What is happening? How are we making sure that football, just really continues to thrive here in the city, but that we continue to get more people involved, and beyond that, just what is the impact of football here in Houston? So then, you know what? These next couple of shows, I really want to go back and want to talk youth soccer. And one of the reasons, too, is because when I first started at the Dynamo, one of the areas that I focused on a lot was youth soccer, actually. I went out to, different camps and different events, and, really got to see how some of that worked. Never fully involved, but just got to see it from a community outreach point, and I understood how that passion just sparked, and so during that time, yeah, now 20 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet two individuals that have really played an integral part in the sport here in Houston, that have been doing amazing work in really providing an environment for community to come together to, one, appreciate the sport, to love it, to find the joy in it, but also to just elevate, the youth that really wants to go into it competitively. And so I'm excited that today we have them on the show, because there's also a lot of other things that we're going to be able to talk about, things that we're doing together. But I think it's important to highlight who they are, what they've been up to, and then also hear from them and what they've seen over the last years in the development of youth soccer and overall football here in Houston. So I'm very excited to have Javier and Marta Cuellar today on the show. Hola, welcome.
Gracias por la invitación. Gracias, María. Wow, hablar de años se complica, ¿no? Se complica, pero también nos hace recordar muchos momentos muy bonitos, así como conocí yo a mi esposa, hablando de años atrás, desde el 92, allá en el 90-92, cuando conocí yo a ella por parte del fútbol. Era muy buen jugador yo llegando de ahí de Reynosa, Tamaulipas. Saludos a todos la Reynosa. Y me trajeron aquí a Houston, un chavo de 12, 13 años con un muy buen talento futbolístico. Ahorita que ya conozco yo la perspectiva como entrenador, era muy bueno, jugando yo en las ligas ya de adultos, porque no había niños, no había equipos de ligas de niños. Me levantaban, de repente me encontré un angelito que me ayudó a jugar en mi nivel, pero bueno, la cosa es de que hay mucho que de hablar, hay mucho que decir. Estoy muy contento de estar aquí, gracias por la invitación. Ojalá y regresemos a las básicas, ojalá y regresemos al principio y podamos hacer esto realidad, porque hay mucho que hacer. Está muy contaminado el fútbol y muy difícil de hacer. Parece que hablamos en español. ¿Quieres que hable en inglés, verdad? Perdón.
No, no importa, en cualquiera de
No,
los
no,
dos.
I'm so sorry.
Aquí somos Spanglish.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, no, yeah, no. We're gonna go with English. I went out to my first language is Spanish, but again, back in '93, when I introduced myself to my wife Marta, we were in high school and we were in Austin, and they had no high school coaches. As a player, I raised my hand and I took over the team. And in Austin High School, I was a player coach, and that was very nice for me to do. I took leadership about it. So I decided to be a coach, and I took my first D license. I took my licenses, which was the G, the E, then the D, which I failed, but resiliently I went back and took it again, and now I'm an A license instructor in the United States. I'm also an international A license in Brazil, Futbol, and I took my A license again in England, and I'm pretty good. And I worked for the Houston Dynamo Academy, and then I got recruited for the Federation as a scout. So at this time, I can say that I'm pretty good at the game. I'm good at what I do, and hopefully I keep continuing to do this for the community.
Wow. I mean, I didn't know. First of all, so you guys were Mustangs? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Austin High School. What?
I'm telling you, we're Mustangs. But yeah, it was good. The game kept us, together, and make sure that we made some good habits, healthy habits. It just kept us busy, So yeah, but it was not a structure. It was not. No one was telling us how to do it. We just knew that it was the good thing to do.
So at that time when you were in high school and you took over coaching the team, was that considered rec? Was that already like a what is it now? Like what do they call it?
Well, it's just the regular high school soccer. 3 months out of the year, it creates a very good atmosphere. Back then, it used to be just a UIL.
I saw
When I
UAL.
say, yeah, UIL 4A, and then it became 5A, 6A. So everybody had now
A soccer team.
a tier of saying, hey, this is going to be 6A. Well, you're going to be on this tier. And then now they have a territorial control of the program. So now, the Austin High School became a 4A just because of the numbers of students attending. So that's how they create that criteria, But yeah, it was 3 months out of the year. So, and then I decided to go out there and start promoting soccer in my community, and because we had more things to do. So I mean, I can go back and when we started the program in the Houston area in '96, Doc Lawson came up to us, Carlos Galan, saludos. We had Connie Constant, Mr. Bill Smith as a director, and created the program Houstonians FC in Burnett Bailey Park. And I was one of the head coaches and founders with Josh Rivas. Hola, Josh. Y Connie Constant. So that was the three main amigos starting the program in '96 at Burnett Bailey. And then it went up in beautiful moments. But in '99, it became independent, which I didn't want to be with. And I said, well, look, we need a lot more kids want to play soccer. And we created La Unidad and Pacer Park. Yeah.
And that's what I remember.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
La
So,
Unidad. That was my first introduction to, well, I guess once we met, right? That was my first introduction to the programs that y'all had, La Unidad.
mhm.
Um, wow. So right now you're blowing my mind because I'm hearing all these names, and I think that's one of the really important things, right? When the Dynamo started, there's so many people that were just kind of part of that family, right?
Mhm.
So yes, you had the players, you had the staff, but then you had Blue Crew, you had like different committees and community individuals, and and right now you just mentioned so many people. I mean, Josh Rivas, like I was like, wait a second, like I know him, but I didn't realize that part he was part of that genesis of programs here in Houston. So that is really cool.
Yeah.
20 years later, I'm finding this out.
Yeah. Back in the days when we were maybe 100 pounds lighter. But no, yeah, we had very good leaders going out and making it happen. And then the Houston Dynamo, Mr. Chris Canetti came up to us and said, "Hey, can we do a Dynamo Charities board?"
Mhm,
And I was very happy to accept.
mhm,
But yeah, my whole thing was just coaching. And then Mr. James Clarkson, hola James, we yeah, he came up to me and said, "Can we get started with the
mhm.
Dynamo Academy?" So yeah, 2005, I think it was.
But so between high school and between going kind of starting with the Dynamo, there was there was a lot of other stuff that you guys were doing, right? I mean, you mentioned La Unidad, and then I just think about like the youth soccer that happens on the weekends. Well, now it feels like pretty much every day, but then also like the Sunday leagues,
Mhm.
and just what was y'all's involvement kind of in that echo space during that time, and how how was that, I guess, how did that kind of open the doors for the professional team and stuff that came in after that?
Uh, back, well, the professional team, when they were about to do construction at the site, the new stadium, we were just trying to make sure that all the coaches from our side in the communities, they have tattooed the names of the professional teams they were raised with. And we said, no, look, there's something
Mm-hmm.
coming. It's gonna be orange. It's gonna be beautiful. You need to support that. No, no, it's not gonna be the same. It's boring. And I'm like, no, look, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be beautiful. That happens, and then the academy happens, and then everything started going great. But then a lot of kids were staying behind. They didn't know that it was gonna take um, discipline. It was
Mm-hmm.
gonna take not just a talent to get you there. It was gonna be difficult,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to get to point B to go to practice, and then you have to travel, and now how are we gonna get this done? I mean, it was just a roller coaster, but it was coming way too
Mm-hmm.
fast. So no one buckled themselves up that it was gonna happen. Now we have, I don't know, I want to say 20 leagues. That talent spread out so thin, diluted, and now we have business before the game itself. That
Mm-hmm.
was to play, have fun. It's not like that. It's being pressed. It's about winning, and now we have families being divided, and it's very stressful. Kids having a difficult time.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely I agree with you that things have evolved a lot, and maybe not necessarily for the best all the time. And so I think that's where it's so important to really highlight, what programs like y'all's are doing, because I've seen the work that you guys have been doing in the community, right? And again, I had not heard La Unidad in such a long time. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember. I remember like going out because you guys, what park were y'all at? Was it Mason or was it? Okay. Yeah. So I remember that. And then, sometimes whenever we had tickets and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, wow. But I guess also kind of going back a little bit. So you started coaching, and you also, we have some pictures because I was kind of digging through your Facebook. You were also a coach for
Yes.
Galacticos, and also playing. I mean, at a, was it semi-professional, professional level?
Semi pro, just because there was no pro divisions back in the days. There was a Houston Force, which I was part of it. Played a few games, but it wasn't that long. It folded, I think, a couple of weeks after it was announced. But again, we did try out to go to college, on a scholarship. I went to Tyler Junior College to try it out. I did very, very well. This was my first time. My dad gave me a ride to a session, and he's like, "Oh wow, I didn't know you can play." So we're seven in the family. It was a big family, so this was the first time. I did very well. Did very well. I was a top player, but again, it wasn't organized. It was a lot of work to do, and so I decided to follow what God wanted me to do. So it was about coaching the inner cities. There was a lot of chinitos. That's my nickname, and I wanted to go and help them out. Hopefully, give them a good pathway to success. Hopefully, yeah.
And so you guys, I mean, you had La Unidad, which that I'm sure has transformed into what is now Fireballs and Soccer Centro. And so tell us a little bit about both of those entities, those organizations, because again, this you guys are very community driven.
I can let you talk about that, Marta. She has a lot to say.
Well, La Unidad was basically to provide a place, a space, a safe space to play the sport of soccer locally, help our inner city. It was, a really family oriented league every Saturday. And we held on till maybe 19 years of La Unidad until right before COVID. But it was 19 years of memories of meeting people, um, keeping kids off the streets. Like every Saturday was families getting together to play, and then from then. There was a lot of talent. There is a lot of talent, and Javier's like, okay, well, what's the next level for the kids that do have the talent? How can we get them there? Because the local, the competitive clubs were, probably 45 to an hour away, so there was no really options for our kids here in the community. So it was Javier's bright idea to say, okay, well, let's take them to the next level. Let's do an academy. And we're like, okay, well, hold on, because it takes, a lot of work, money. And he's like, okay, well, we're gonna do it. So it was just like, it was real quick. He got it together. And we joined BISA, which is Bay Area Youth Soccer Association, as an academy, and to take them to the kids that that had the commitment, that wanted that the next level, take them there, and that's where Soccer Central was born, because it was teaching and leading our parents to, okay, now what is competitive level? It's you have to behave and play, respect the referees. We had to travel. All our home games were at least 45 minutes away, so that's where Soccer Central came about.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's always Javier leading the way, and with his ideas and ways that he wants to help the community. But it all started from the lack of opportunities that he had, and being able to provide these opportunities to like he says, to the little chinitos, that, and to help them lead the way and tell them, okay, well, I was here, I was a good player, but what was next? There was nothing for him. Then, now, I mean, it's a whole different, it's a
Yeah.
whole different stage, thankfully. There's still a lot of work. But yes, we love being and love what we do here with our community, with our kids.
Well, and I love that you guys have been building this together, because and that you not only are you building it together, but you're making such an impact because now you also have fireballs.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell us a little bit about fireballs.
Well, Fireball, it's an indoor outdoor turf facility. It's our home for Soccer Centro. It's our office, but right there, it's where we offer the 5v5 version of soccer. So it's nice because a lot of the kids that played through La Unidad, have come back as adults, as veterans, to come and join the league and continue their soccer legacy with us. So, but it's a nice family fun oriented place to come and play adult soccer, and also we have our youth leagues during the summer and the winter.
Yeah, to add into that, I mean, when we were at Pacer Park, we had another indoor across the street from Manchester Street, and it was just a warehouse, a building. Miss Julie, saludos. She came up to us just across the street when we were having meeting with the parents under the tree, raining. She just, why don't you come into my warehouse and have your meetings there? And then all of a sudden she said, well, why don't you guys play here too? So we were having a blast, having all those blessings from Pacer Park and from this warehouse. But anyways, this whole block was bought off from some chemical plants, and Pacer Park became a beautiful school, a VIA school, that we helped put together, and now it became an educational facility, which was beautiful, and got the job done. We got the job done, so that was a nice closing. But when we're about to close it, Mr. Amigo Nasir, hola Nasir, ¿cómo estás? Say, hey Javier, come on over. I got Fireball coming up. You ready to go? Like, Nasir, we're about to close the door over here. No, come on over. Let's run it. Let's take it to another level. So we went out there with open doors. So Fireball came up, and everybody came with us. I mean, it's not just Marta and I. We have Carlos Tinoco, despiértate, good morning, wake up. We have so many people, Atenea Gonzalez, Angelica. I mean, we're blessed with so many people like-minded that they say, let's get it together, let's put it together, let's go make it happen. And that's how Maria is here too. So everybody wants to make a difference. So why not have it together and have an all-star program like you guys have all-star people like you guys? I think would be a good word for the kids to be.
No, and I think that's so important because you guys have an amazing group of people that are part of the program. I mean, I've been so lucky to be able to work with you guys for so many years, just on different projects. And if there's one thing that I see is that consistency, right? That consistency in the individuals that are part of the program, but then also like just the families. I mean, it really does feel like a family environment. And I mean, youth soccer, I think that sometimes there's some of those pieces are what's missing, or if we don't put it that way, I think it's beautiful to be able to have a program and have a venue like what you guys have, where you can really go, show up, and just feel welcomed, right? Feel welcomed, feel like, yeah, I'm here to learn, but also have fun, because I think that that's one of the big reasons why we have been able to kind of really work together, is because at the end of the day, we all kind of have like that shared vision of, yes, we want to grow the sport, but we also want to make sure that it's in a safe family environment where joy and love of the sport is really at the heart of it. And you don't always find that. And so, why is that important for you guys?
Well, very important. I mean, we got humanity is changing so much that we want to make sure we still have values on those kids. We want to have them responsible for their actions and teach them. Teach them the good people always have good decisions. While we were playing, I think it was a Christmas day. We had a team come and visit us from the South area, and we told them that you guys gonna play a very good team from the barrio, from the inner city, and we got them. We're gonna beat them, and we'll take them some extra shoes. We give them some gifts, and there was a guy there. We didn't even know him, Gilberto, en paz descanse, and once they finished the game, they gave him this gifts, and it was a very good moment. And then Gilberto came over and says, "That's what we want." And nationally, there's this program called Alianza. Alianza de Futbol is one of the biggest tournaments in Hispanic community in the United States. In Houston, wanted to make it happen, and they say, "Javier, Marta, you guys would like to be part of this," and it happened. So uh, that's how we've been with Alianza for quite a while. And Gilberto, he was an undercover that day, and like, "Hey, this is what we want. We heard about you guys doing these things for the community, but this is bigger than expected." And so we were very happy to be part of it. Again, it's just nature itself got together and made us be part of this management in the Alianza Houston / now we have it in Austin this August 24th, just because there's no facilities big enough to host this tournament. So we had it 2 years in a row in San Antonio, and this time it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Round Rock. Don't say Austin. It's Round Rock. Yeah, Round Rock is jealous. It gets very upset. As you mentioned them, it's gonna be Austin. But again, it's gonna be in Austin. But we go out there in our way because we know the mission of Alianza is just like us, and just so many people that really cares for the kids, and it's just so minimum to pay. Just
Yeah.
go and play. There's referees. There's a scouting event. There's just so many opportunities, and the family gets together and they cheer for them and they cry with them, and it's just beautiful moments. And it's been how many we've done, like maybe over 10 years now con esto. Beautiful. But anyways, I'm sorry I got distracted about the question, but it's just so much thing to do, to talk about, and just so many wrinkles in the sport that we can't iron them up.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing, and and I really want to give you guys your flowers, bien merecidos, because
Oh,
again, like you have built these organizations, right? La Unidad, Soccer Centro, Fireball, and you are an integral part of a lot of the tournaments. I mean, yes, you're a big part of Alianza, but then I know you guys are also involved with, like the Univision Cup, or just all of these different tournaments. And one of the things that you're always making sure is, and it, and me atrevo a decir, that one of the reasons why you guys are so involved in all of this is because you're opening doors and you're opening opportunities for youth, um, that may not always have those opportunities. And so, you know, again, we don't. It's not every day that you meet people that are as involved in this ecosystem, and so no, there's a lot a lot that we can talk about, and I think it is important to mention all of that, because at the end of the day, you're seeing it every day with the your former students that come back as coaches. You see it as more opportunities open up. I mean, most recently, I know that some of the kids that are in the program were also like part of World Cup, I think, right? And so, like, those are all such important things, such important opportunities that not everybody has. And so, de verdad que les quiero dar un aplauso and just really recognize you guys for that because all the work that you have been doing over the years is paying off and is making an impact. And we don't always get to hear about these stories and how the genesis of this or the whys. And so no, thank you very much for being here because it's important to talk about all of that. And it's important to talk about, and you just mentioned something that that I want to highlight when you were talking about Alianza and how it's you've had to do it in different places, and it looks like it'll be here in Round Rock, but it's because there's not always space. There's not always green space for youth, for families to go out and just kick a soccer ball. And so I think that that's something that needs to be recognized, and that we need to let everybody know because we need more of that. And fortunately there are organizations that are providing that, but you don't always see it. How do you guys see the availability of green spaces here in Houston? Is there any improvement that we can make?
Well, 4.5 million people in Houston it's tough to find a big lot or big space. We have to adjust an open land and just put some soccer goals on it, just so we can just play. So yeah, no, it's difficult. It's difficult. Hopefully, our council members and representatives can go out there and find it. I mean, we're moving suburbs and we're moving further out, and kids have to travel to play the game. That's why we want to make sure it doesn't have to be 11-11. We can go 5v5. We can go 3v3. We can adjust. We can adjust on the development programs. We can adjust. We just need space. We just need abilities to go out there and get a permit, or somebody in the church or anybody that has a space. Just give someone a call. It doesn't have to be us. There's a lot of clubs, a lot of good independent programs that really want to do this for the love of the game. So just go out there and reach out to them, and we'll mow your grass. We'll mow your grass. We'll get the ant piles killed, and we take care of it. Hopefully, more and more green spaces are available for so many kids, because it only takes a ball and a little space, and we'll keep the kids happy out of the streets. So go out there and make it happen. I challenge everybody to take on 20 kids jumping around all over the place. But they're doing it in a good way.
Yeah. No, and you know what is very interesting? You just said it. So it's not so much about 11v11 anymore, because I've seen that. I've seen that all over, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have all of these small-sided tournaments. You have the 5v5s, the 3v3, and now you have a 1v1. It's like, what is this?
Don't forget the penalty shootouts they just do and make it happen. I mean, it's just good moments of the game that we adjust, we create, and then hopefully we keep someone happy. The kids are busy, and that's what matters. And
well, and I think those opportunities also offer people, just regular people, right? Adults también, an opportunity to go and try it out. Because when you start thinking 11v11, a full size field, I mean, I will tell you from my personally, I don't know that I could go and actually run that. But if it's a 5v5, I me meto.
Sí.
And now with all of the skills challenges and all of that, I think that's also another really cool gateway for youth and families to start appreciating what they're seeing on TV. Because a lot of times you're like, penalty, whatever, like eso no es nada. And then you actually go and you try to do that, and then you realize, oh no, there's a lot more to it. Not only from the person that's shooting and making sure, first of all, will it fit through the goal? But then also, if you're on the other end and you're the goalkeeper, I mean, that's a whole mental game. And so it's really fun to see how there's it's not just about, the 11v11. There's other ways to kind of start introducing youth and family into the game so that they can start getting appreciate it, but then getting excited about it.
Yeah, the small sided is it's a great tool that coaches use just to create that confidence on the ball, getting out of tight spaces, finding those gaps, being confident on themselves with the ball. I mean, this is good. Once they step into the big field, coaches really see that kid that has always been doing futsal. Oh, look at the way he steps into the ball. Look at him, how confident he's with the ball, 1v1 situation. So, yeah, no, it's I mean, personally, we have one kid is in the Houston Dynamo Academy, Giancarlo. Despiértate, Gingy, wake up. So Gingy, he's a left back, but he's also multi position player. He can play defensive mid. He can play outside flank. But anyways, he was created in that environment, and the coaches saw that. They saw that hey, we can come out playing with him and line up three, whatever. I mean, I'm just talking tactical terms here. But again, he's with that uh, components. He's well raised in the game. So again, we want those kids to, if they can play 3v3, nothing wrong with that. Let them play 3v3. Let them have fun. Let them enjoy the game. Let them not hide in one of those fields that is so big of the field and they hide out. But in the 3v3, they all have activity. They have action. They have situations of the game. And when they get to that stage 11v11, they'll be ready. I promise. Just let them kick the ball around, and you'll see.
Yeah. So, going back to kind of like the coaching, and I know that through Soccer Centro, I mean, you guys have been in multiple tournaments and all of that. What has been, I don't know, maybe uh, a memory or something that kind of stands out from either going to a tournament or, working with the youth, that you would say like, oh man, this is one of the reasons why I do this, why you guys do this.
With the tournaments that been giving us a lot of good opportunities would be, the Copa Rayados International in Woodlands, Copa Rayados in Tampa, Florida. I mean, we've been taking the kids nationally to those games, and finding out that yes, the game is the same 11-11 with a size 5 ball, and everybody's, but the cultures are different. Those Brazilians play different, those Argentinians play different, Mexicans play different, Americans play different. I mean, it's just the way the kids feel once they see the opponent's fans screaming at them. And then we took them to Pachuca and another environment as well. We took them to León, Guanajuato. We took them to Monterrey. I mean, there was an international setting. The kids were feeling different. They had a different mentality, and it was like, oh, coach, I feel nervous. I'm feeling sick. Of what, man? It's the same game. So again, it's a necessity that we need to take them in those environments and give them those experiences, because when it's time for them to be there, they can say, "Oh, I done that before, so I'm comfortable. I'm okay. It's the same. Just go for it and play." Yeah.
No, and that's really cool. That's great that the kids are having all of this experience at such a young age, because I mean, I hear some of the stories and I'm thinking, wow, at 12 years old, I don't think I had traveled. I had barely traveled at all, and then just to know that there's this talented youth that are being able to get that exposure, and understanding of what it takes. Because if there's one thing that I consistently hear is it's the discipline. It's making sure that you if that's what you want, that you really are going to go for it full force. And so no, that's really cool. And I think that's also one of the major reasons, you know again, going back, right, opening opportunities, providing opportunities, um on why you guys, Javier, you have been recognized as well, and major kudos to you, because I know that earlier this year for, Houston Soccer Day, you were one of the people recognized for, what is it? Your trayectoria. How do you say that in English? Your
Mhm.
trajectory. Yeah. An impact, here in the city. And so, just major kudos that you guys have been building this, and, just are opening up all of these doors for everybody.
No, pues sí. I mean, they see it. I mean, people see it. I mean, we're not doing this for recognition or anything. We're just doing it from the heart, for the love and for the fun, and hopefully more people can join us. Join us. It's a good hobby. It's not a job. It's a good hobby, and it's well paid. I know people see it, and from that pat on the back and maybe recognition is good enough. But again, going back to taking these kids to Leon and Pachuca and Guadalajara, I mean, it wasn't just for the experience of learning the game. It was about them getting to meet their great parents and the grandparents. And it was one time we had a grandparent in the stage in Leon, Guanajuato, that he had never met his grandson. And that was that right there was like, okay, for this 20 years. And I know the parents cannot sometimes take the kids to travel, and this was our turn to do this. It was a good moment that we can say, look, it's not just going and kick the ball. Look, you're gonna go meet your grandparents, your families, and maybe introduce them to to their where their parents were. Like it's just something that the game goes so far that we haven't even started. But we can't right now. Everybody has restrictions. You gotta go to this tournament. You gotta go to hotels. You have to play these games, and there's so many restrictions back then. That's why we played a league that we thought it was going to be good for the kids, and we're like, oh no, you know what? It's too expensive. This is not worth it. And we say, okay, let's go back to our mission, and let's go and let's start again. Marta says, so let's go bring back the La Unidad. And I'm like, oh. But this is where she has the most fun, I think.
I think mostly is the relationships that you have, the people you meet, and along the way, different angels, like yourself, like Copalianza, like Rayados, Scott, all these wonderful people that cross our path and bring us new ways or new opportunities for our kids. I think that's most gratifying of doing all this. So La Unidad was definitely the foundation and the reason of why we do all this. Like we see our coaches, the people that work with us, and make this possible. Are people that we've known, since they were little. We have Coach Ruth. We've known her since you met her, this past 2-3 weeks. I mean, he was her coach.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So we've known her since she was like, 14, 15. Desde que se comía los mocos. I mean, we've known her so long. And, Coach Atenea, I've known her since, our daughter was 2 years old. Our daughter's now 27. So we've known her for over 23 years. So it's Carlos Tinoco, Coach Carlos, we've known him since he was 15. So it's those kind of relationships, the people that, stay with us and believe in what we do, but we do it, we do it together. It's not a secret, that without people like them, Coach Angelica, Coach Mario, and all the people that are in our organization, make this happen. And it's for the same reason, because we share the same passion and helping our community, and being there. People say, why don't you go outside of the Houston, and grow or whatever, but then that's going to take us away from, why we started. We started for, to be in our community. And our organization, with our nonprofit, which is Soccer Central nonprofit, was born because we were looking for a team for our kids, for our kids. I told Javier, I said, Javier, we need to find a team for our boys, for our girls. What are you gonna do? Because he's a soccer guy, right? And he's like, I said, you need to find one, or we need to put them somewhere, because we need to keep these our kids active. And then he came one day and he said, I know what we're gonna do. We're making a team. I said, okay. He's like, well, but we're going to make a team for everybody. We're going to make an academy. I said, no, Javier, we just need a team for our kids. That's it. He's like, yeah, but all the kids want, they want the same thing. So we're going to do it. I said, okay. So, and that's how Soccer Center was born, because we were looking something for our kids. So it's personal. It's a personal organization, but it's personal because, it's our kids, it's Coach Ruth. Her son just graduated, and he started with us since he was 4, and he's 18, a young man, and he went through the program and now he's helping his mom, helping out in the community, teaching what he has learned, so that's what we like. That's what we're about, being engaged in our community, in here locally, with our inner city families.
No, and I love that. And so actually that is the perfect segue to talk about something that we have been working on that, you know what? How about we play a little video so then that way you can see what we've been up to. Too vocal about it, right? But yes, and everything really does go back to that mission. And so first of all, I really want to thank them for jumping on board on this new project that we have, Futbol para Todos, because truly there's nobody else that I would ever want to partner with that wasn't you guys, because I know like the heart that's behind everything that you guys do. And so, for these past, we're on week 3. For these past 3 weeks, we have been at East Aldine District putting on Futbol para Todos, but it's really thanks to them and an incredible coaching staff, incredible support from the East Aldine District, because they have seen the vision. They full-heartedly are supporting it, with actions, with funding, and now we have green space out there. We have the funding for coaches to go and that first camp, it was 100% beginners. I still can't believe that, because I saw them on day 1 and I just thought, how do you guys do it? I mean, how do you guys do it? Like, so guys, day 1, 6-year-olds to 10-year-olds all coming together, have absolutely no experience in soccer, and then somehow by day 6 they left not only understanding the game, but with skills, obviously still beginners, and wanting to come back. And how do you do that in 6 days? Like, how does that happen? Because it's incredible.
Oh, that's a good question. No, like it's just natural. The game itself, it motivates the kids. I measure out 5 yards yesterday at that session, and I told them, look, you can do this in your backyard. You can do this in the living room. You can do this in the kitchen. As long as you have like 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps, and create your own movements of the game, and have these technical skills, go at it. And I can see that those kids today and maybe later on today, they're going to be practicing. And I know that in the end of the week, they'll be getting it better. and they'll be getting better, and they'll be doing more juggles, they'll be doing more dribbles, they'll be doing their own homework, and that's gonna motivate them to more, and that's just the beauty of the game. So our job is just to let them play, let them enjoy it, give them some tasks, and they'll get it done. And itself, I mean, it was beautiful to see that in 2 days, Maria, you had it all sold out. I mean, I'm not saying sold out, but I mean it was full to capacity. I said, Maria, it's raining all week. You know, it's raining all week. Maria, we don't have that much space, Maria. No, but we already have 60. Maria, you know, we only have three little spaces of 30 by 30. Okay, so what I told the other guys, I said, well, wow, how many you have in the waiting list? About 80. I'm like, no, Maria, I don't know. We only, okay, so how many balls are we going to get? How many cones we going to need, bibs and all? And I'm like, how many coaches would you want me to take? And all these coaches are pretty I mean, they're certified, they're licensed, they well known. And I told them straight out, look, let the game teach them. No, don't go out there and be a drill 2, drill 4, drill 5, let the game play. Let them play. Let them have fun. Do a basic warm up and activation and drop back, quiet down, let them play. And that's what we've been doing. So yeah, thank you, Maria. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for trusting us. I mean, we're having a blast. I'm already looking into tomorrow, and I'm like, Marta, don't remind me to be ready for that for the camp, and I'm ready to go. And she's like, oh, you're looking like you're beginning coaching. I'm like, I'm so excited for this, and the kids are happy, and the kids are having fun.
And the parents.
Yeah.
And the parents.
The parents are on the sideline cheering, flipping, and I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. I hope it continues. I hope it doesn't contaminate the game, and the kids be transparent and don't take that smile away. It's beautiful to see them.
No, it's incredible. I mean, I just remember the first day we went in there and everybody was kind of, like holding themselves back, I would say, because they kind of let it happen, right, as it needed to. But by day 2, you had parents that were getting there early with their kids, and then they would start practicing on the field with them. They would kind of kick the ball around, and so by day 6, you also had grandparents, you had uncles. I mean, you had everybody, and it was just so beautiful to see that. And now, we're on camp 2, which is for the 11 to 15-year-olds, but again, we're just seeing how community is really coming together and loving the sport. We're hearing amazing feedback. And this is what needs to happen, right? We just had a World Cup, and some of these kids, that's how they were introduced to it. And now they want to play, and now they are getting an opportunity to do that in an environment that really is about the heart and soul and the joy of the game. So no, this is a very exciting project for us. And, I think that, yes, we want it to continue and hopefully continue to grow. But I felt like this was a perfect way to kind of like, end our interview, because you guys have been doing so much for so long, and now we're getting a chance to work together on this project, and then even for me, like, you guys are bringing back like that joy of the game. So no, this is really fun, and thank you guys.
No, I think kudos to East Alding and all the representatives and all the help that we've been getting from the community to make this happen, because it's definitely brought us back to the beginning of La Unidad. And I told Javier the other day, I said, it reminds me so much of La Unidad, the parents coming together, they have their tents or their carritos, they come and just sit down and, and let their kids play. But that's the what happens when you give the community, a place to play, when you give the kids that, it's soccer itself will bring the rest, but it's true. But thanks for the community for, believing, for wanting, and hopefully, it can continue, because there's a lot of potential with, like you said, there was a lot of kids who've never ever played the sport, so and it's such a wonderful feeling when you see it in their eyes, and they all the excitement, and they come early, and bring their water and ready to to come and kick the ball.
Yeah.
So but
No, it's true.
definitely thanks to East Aldine
Yes. No.
district for all their support.
Yeah, East Aldine has been very critical in this, but also want to give a shout out to Shirley Ronquillo with the the Houston Department of Transformation, because that was how we kind of got connected, and we were able to do that first football takeover. Which I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the shirt, guys. We did the East Aldine football takeover last year. Actually, that's how it all started. We did we did this event. It was a 1-day clinic. 2 hours out in the cold in December, and we just knew that we wanted to, again, bring this fun type of soccer environment to the community. And East Aldine District, they supported then. They saw, the impact that it had on a very cold day where we had 140 kids that had signed up, and it was the coldest day of last year, but we still had about 60 that came through. Yeah. And when they saw that, they were like, "Oh, okay, we get it." And now we're here. We're building this. Hopefully, again, grow it. And yeah, no, but it's definitely a team effort, and very, very important work that continues to happen in the community. But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Can Will you guys stay on for the rest? We just have a couple of another little segment before we close out the show.
Yes, of course. We were promised some tacos and some pupusas. So yes, definitely, we're here. We're here to stay till you guys let us know.
Well, all right. I will make sure about the pupusas because I don't know about the tacos.
My favorite.
um, so the first show we had Katie Umanya. She's with Enya Photo, and we asked her, "Hey, she's a sports photojournalist, and can you give us the photo of the week?" And so this week she actually gave us two, and this is gonna be kind of like a what do you call it, a infraganti, like a candid shot. Okay. Yeah, so if we can go and show this week's Enya Photo of the week, and you might see a familiar face there. So Katie was out at the event on Saturday, the last day of Camp 1. And so she took that picture, and this is a picture that where Coach Javier was with the rest of the staff talking to the kids as we were kind of wrapping up. I think we were about to do the presentation.
Yes.
We presented all of the kids with like a player card and some gifts, and East Aldine District Representative Veronica was there as well. And so this was right before what will be our second shot of the week, or photo of the week. And that's the team photo that we had with everybody that participated that day. But no, it's just beautiful to see how this was the last day. This group of kids, they are ready. They are ready to come back. They want to be out on the soccer field. Actually, a couple of them were there yesterday because their older siblings are now in the camp. And it was funny because the twins,
Yeah.
Los
Los
chiquitos.
Yeah.
So their older brother is now in the camp, and he was the first one there. And I told him, "You're ready for the camp, huh? Because it's your turn." He's like, "Yeah." So no, it's really fun. It's really fun that we get to share all of this. But yeah, no, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here today, sharing your journey, and then also just sharing with us what you're up to, and kind of like where you continue to go with Soccer Centro, Fireball, and all of the different projects that you guys are working on. Really
Well,
appreciate it.
I don't know if it's a marathon, a big journey. I don't know if when to speed up or when to slow down. We're having a blast. Hopefully, we continue to do this, and hopefully, God willing, you guys can bring in more people to help out and iron things up and organize the competitions, organize the levels of game, But don't take that away. Don't take the fun away. Don't take the joy away. Please bring it back. All those lesson plans that you guys have, sometimes throw them away and just be yourselves. Go out there and have fun with the kids. If you're not having fun and you're getting paid for it, it's no fun. Go out there and have fun. Please, guys, go back to coaching. Love the game. Make sure the kids are loving the game like you, and everybody's going to be very happy. Thank you, Maria. Thank you for having us. And gracias.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. And so remember, we are here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We are here at Innovation Studio. So, thanks, and join us again next week. But so you guys are ready for camp tomorrow?
I thought you were asking us if we're ready for the tacos or the pupusas.
Oh, tacos or pupusas? All right, we'll get that.
You did say it.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot. It's right here, and I forgot.